welcome back to our channel. It's
Dre
and Bre, and you're watching Worth the Wait. We are today going to be answering some questions for you guys. So this is our Get to Know Us video, and we have selected eight questions. So we're gonna hop right into it. Let's start with the first one. So our favorite thing to do together, or favorite things to do together.
What you say?
I love snuggling. So anything that involves snuggling, like watching TV, snuggling and just talking.
I think it's that. It's between that and just like actually going out on a date. Like I love just having dinner. Even though we live together, we are doing so many things so much. And we talk, but it's like when we go to dinner, it's like kind of like phones down, like not really thinking about work or anything. And I learned so much about her, even though we've been dating for a while. Like I learned so much about her just when we're sitting and having dinner. Stuff about her past, the way she grew up, like stuff. Even though I live with her every day, I don't get that unless we like sit down and go to dinner. So
yeah, we always end up being at dinner for like 4 or 5 hours. You look at the time like, oh my God, we gotta go. Question number 2. Challenges moving in together. What were our challenges?
She is the most anal, particular.
Don't say anal.
She is like, she's very like, this like thing needs to match this thing. This has to be perfectly symmetrical to that thing. To where I'm just like, she's like, everybody knows it. You've been in those houses. These are the towels in the bathroom, but they're here. You can't touch them. You can't use them to dry your hands, but they're there. And I'm just like...
I'm kind of like Monica from Friends.
A little bit. Yes, she is.
But not as bad.
And it's hard because it's different because it's not like we bought a house together. So she was coming into my space. So I was just like, yo, like, you're doing a lot.
I was gonna say that the challenge for me moving in together was the closets.
The challenge for me moving in together?
Yes, was you had challenge for me moving in together. Yeah, what are you talking about?
You said the challenge for me moving in together. It sounds weird.
I don't think it sounds weird. The challenge I had moving in together, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, so my last apartment had like this really big, beautiful walk-in closet. And I had to take all those clothes and shrink it down to like a basic closet. And that didn't work. So then we had to get like sliding bins and put them all under the bed. And I have stuff everywhere. Like we have a storage unit. And I gave away so much stuff. So that was my biggest challenge, was like, oh my gosh. And not even just the closets, but all my furniture. Like I had to get rid of everything.
Yeah, I changed that. That was the biggest challenge, is moving all her crap.
Oh yeah, we had to do that ourselves.
Twice.
We had a little bit of help, but yeah. So that was hard for me because when I first moved here, I got to like make my apartment like my Bre space, and it was just so pretty, everything. And a lot of everything that I had in there was like made by me. Like I customized all these things. I like made them exactly what I wanted them to be, and I loved my apartment. And it was like I was happy to be moving in with the love of my life, so it wasn't terrible, but I had to get rid of everything. And I'm like,
What did I tell you when you first moved into your place?
oh my God, I don't want to talk about it. He was like, why are you putting so much work in something that's only temporary? Because I'm all about my space. I have to.
3 months later?
Okay, but that wasn't the plan. I was in a temporary 12-month place. It wasn't supposed to be 3 months, okay? You can't plan for stuff like that. But anyways, Dre let me bring my vases that are so cute, and my fluffy pillows, and my fur, and my ottoman, like just little stuff so that our space is now our space. And it's still cute enough for me to not complain. So you're awesome.
There we go.
All right, so our biggest compromise living with each other.
What about compromise on the most?
I feel like I know his biggest compromise. It would be my particular situations of like, he wanted to sleep on one side of the bed and I told him he couldn't because my end table would, or if he would sleep on that side of the bed.
I didn't care, but you wanted to sleep on that side because you wanted to be by your closet. Then you were like, no, let's switch because I don't want to look at the nightstand and you have it dirty every time I walk in. Which ironically, yours is dirty right now.
It is not that bad. It is not that bad. I'm gonna
take the Chipotle bowl on it.
I'm gonna
take. You just moved everything. Put it back how it was.
No, it's still everything was on the bed. So hold on.
No. Put everything how it was.
So I've had a day of just needing to get my papers in order. It does not look like that all the time. I've been very busy. But anyways, I prefer to see my mess oversee his mess. His mess is a different type of mess.
Particular.
I have like organized chaos. He has junk on top of junk. It doesn't even look good. Like, you know how you can look at a messy room? You're like, oh, this is a nice messy room.
And when it comes to organized chaos, only the person whose mess it is knows that it's organized. From the outside, it looks bad. So I could look at that and say it looks like a mess.
Yes, but
you're like,
don't
it's organized
care.
chaos.
He doesn't care and I care. So we have to cater to my caring because you don't care.
Biggest compromise. She's just particular about everything.
My biggest compromise would be,
Pretty much anything she complained about, adamantly, it got changed.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, I'm sitting here like, I'm kind of sitting pretty. I don't really have nothing to say. You still leave your underwear on the floor. And, okay, here's my biggest compromise. I cannot stand walking into a bathroom with the shower curtain open. And what Dre will do is he'll leave it open. He has his little hair balls that come out when he showers, like on the tub. And then he has his comb, like his little pick with all his hair sitting right there. It's like, I want to clean the comb so bad, but I don't want to like touch his stuff. So that'll sit there. And then he leaves the baby oil with the top off. Like, why can't you put the top on? With the top off. And the baby oil is usually on the what do you call it? The
tub.
Yeah, sitting on the tub, which is why he probably doesn't close it because he like throws his leg up on the tub and baby oils himself all up. Like, I can just see him getting ready in the morning and then he walks away from the room and it's just like, why didn't you put any of your stuff away? Then it's like the toothbrush. He puts his toothbrush away but leaves the toothpaste not even closed. Toothpaste open on the counter. So every morning when I walk into the bathroom, I grab the baby oil, put the top on, put it in the cabinet, then wash down the little hair balls, close the shower curtain, pick up his underwear in shorts usually and throw it in the hamper or the washer, then close the toothpaste, put the toothpaste away, take the little nappy hair brush that he uses, comb, put that away, and then any of the little stuff and boom. And then his little hairs and stuff are always in the sink too. So then like wash down that sink. So it's like a morning bathroom cleaning if I want to walk into there and not be disgusted.
It sounds like we have a system to me that works. And second, it's not every morning. It's not every morning.
Dre. Next question. Our biggest challenges as a couple. Ooh,
Finances.
Finance.
I was a kid, right, at Chuck E. Cheese that would get the tickets. Oh, see something I really want, save it up. Oh, I'm coming back next week to get some more tickets.
Said this, right?
Yeah.
Oh, this is funny.
She's the one who just spends her tickets to zero every single time she's at the Chuck E. Cheese. But then wonder why she can't get the big thing at the top. So that's the thing with us in finances, like
so
she like money burns a hole in her pocket. If I tell her like, hey, like babe, you got, you know, $100 spending money or $200 spending money or $300 spending money, she'll spend the $300. But
I'll find good things to spend it on and I'll bargain that thing. I'll make $300 go a long way.
No, you
and
won't.
I feel like, yes, I would.
That one time I gave you $500 spending money, you spent
I got
400
this,
of it.
I got
in 3
this
days.
chain.
Listen, all this doesn't matter. All that matters is I gave her $500 for January, and then I said, hey, you'll get another $500 just for spending money beginning of February. January 3rd, she had $78 left for the rest of the month. That's include the stuff she needs for gas for her car and anything else she wanted to buy. So, say that to say, I handle the finances in our relationship. And it works, but that's the one thing that we do not see eye to eye on. But what we do see eye to eye on is that she understands that I am more financially, like, just
I
literate.
acknowledge and abide.
And we both understand that we would both be in a better state if I was the one to handle the finances.
What gets on your nerves about the other person? What do you do that gets on my nerves?
Should I go?
Oh, no, I'll go. This just happened in the car. Whenever we're talking about something, he'll state something that to me is like, if I'm asking you a question or for your opinion, it's kind of like him thinking out loud to me instead of him responding in the way I want him to respond. So it's like, hey, here's the situation. And I'm like, what do you think? And I've already stated, like, it wouldn't make sense for us to, drive out of state to feature on a show that really doesn't have a following and that isn't paying us. However, if we were already there, I wouldn't mind featuring for free because it would just be something to do while we're there. So he states, he's like, yeah, it's beneficial for them more to have us on the show than it is for us to actually be on the show. Like, it's not really beneficial to us. And it's like, yes, I know, that's what I just said. And he'll get mad at me, he's like, I'm not saying that that's not what you said, that you didn't say it's beneficial. It's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying it to say, that I'm agreeing with you. It's like, if you're agreeing with me, just don't say anything. So, we go, back and forth about, I'm like, Dre, I know. And he's like, well, I know you know, but I'm just saying. But I'm like, but you ain't got to say that. It's like, you don't have to re-speak what was already said.
I didn't just say that and not say anything else. I said it. I said, hey, it wouldn't be really beneficial for us to go because they don't have, that big of a platform. It would be more beneficial for them than it would be for us. So I don't think we should go out of our way to do it.
That's exactly what I already said.
That's not what she said.
Yes, I did.
So what I was saying is, what she don't understand, she thinks that I was saying that, a New York trip wouldn't be beneficial. That's not what I was saying. I'm saying that even if we were in New York doing something completely different to where we didn't have to pay to go up there, that to make time for that, still, if it doesn't make sense, we shouldn't go out of our way, even if we're already in New York, to do it. Because it's not beneficial.
Okay, so then that was just a matter of different opinions.
Yeah,
so I feel like, why is that not beneficial?
To me, it doesn't. I don't see the benefit in it. She does, but to say that, I wasn't saying that as something to She gets so upset when she asks me something, and I go through my process of thinking about it.
Yeah, I do that.
And then she cuts me off. That's probably the thing that makes me the most upset is when you ask me a question. I'm going through my process, telling you what I think, and you cut me off and be like, no, that's not what I'm talking about. No, that's not. It's like, yo, you asked me a question. I ain't come and ask you what do you want me to think about this.
I'm sorry. I'll work on it.
See, you can see in these things, as you ask that question, we start getting into it now.
That's funny. I'll work on that, okay?
Yes.
But you need to start answering your questions like I want you to answer them.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
Learn how to read minds.
Okay. How do we live together and not have sex?
When it comes to abstaining from sex, it's like you have to believe in a why. And I say this a lot. It's no different than dieting, right? Mm-hmm. So it's like, hey, I'm going to give up this food. But the question is why? And you have to believe in a why. So if you're saying, hey, I'm giving up this food because somebody told me this is what I should do, somebody said it's not good for you, whatever, then you probably won't do well with that diet because you don't truly believe the benefits of it. You just heard a study, you heard somebody say, that's like the What the Hell documentary. We watched it and it was yeah, they said all this stuff and man, this stuff is bad for you, that stuff is bad for you. How long were you vegan? 3 days? Maybe
no,
2.
we made it a week.
Yeah, we did.
Only because we literally didn't buy any meat. If we had meat in the house, we would have been eating it.
So basically, it's like dieting or any discipline, anything you're being disciplined about or requires self-discipline. If you don't believe in the why, then it's not gonna work. So if you were dieting and you were like, hey, when I ate this, like I felt better, like I was more awake, I was like had a lot of energy throughout the day, then you're probably gonna do better with that diet because you believe in the why you're doing it. You felt it, you understand it. So for us, we believe like personally in each other, in our, you know, in our minds and in our hearts that what we're doing is going to benefit us for the long run. We believe in the why. We believe in, you know, God's word and why he said to do it. So that's why I feel like it's easy for us when you boil it down to it. What do you think?
Yeah, it's like same thing like with the diet. If you start doing something and you see results, you keep going for it harder because you want those same results. So for us, I feel like the only reason why we have such a good relationship right now is because sex has not been a factor. So we've had to, we've been forced to get to know each other literally for better or worse without the one thing that, you know, can
Blinds
be
us.
that, yeah, or cloud our judgment or whatever. So same for me, it's like it's really not hard. I think when the only time that it would be hard is if the other person or one of the two people is not on the same page and really doesn't want to wait, because then they would try to do things to tempt you, or, you know, and we know our flaws. So I know that for me, I can't heavily drink and expect to not tempt him or be, you know, have those thoughts, those bad behaviors. So I had to make an adjustment and change. Like I now have a drink limit. So when we drink, I drink to a certain point and I don't drink anything after that because I know my limit. And I do that
often either.
Yeah, at all. So I do that out of respect for him and knowing that I don't even want to put us in that position of us having to compromise ourselves. So, and for Dre, you know, he's Dre. So he doesn't, there ain't nothing he could do to tempt the situation. He's just with it. So
it's just, for me, it's just really staying busy. Like idle time is probably the biggest. Like when you're just sitting in the house, just not doing nothing, just laying around, that's when it gets a little difficult. But as long as you're busy, like doing something, got somewhere to go, like up, you know, and about, then it's a lot easier.
Yeah. Next question. Are we tempted to have sex a lot?
Yes and no. I say yes because it's like we see each other all the time. We're like, ooh, like if we was doing it, like I would, you know, do this or she would do that. But it's like, I don't think in our minds we really are going to do it or even think that it's possible that we're actually going to actually do it.
Yeah, so it's
but
like,
we look at each other and we be like, oh man, like, dang girl,
you
look
cute.
Yeah, you looking good. Like I would, you know, but we ain't really gonna do nothing.
I think, so when we tell people that we're abstaining from sex till marriage, guys typically never believe us. They always say, oh, no, ain't no way. Girls will be like, oh my God, they probably doing it. And I think the main reason for that is because we are two attractive people and because of my whole shameless situation. So I think people see me as like this seductive, seduceful person, and I'm not at all that. I'm a huge goofball.
She has like shameless, she's like this sexy, seductive, like dance heel teacher, and then it's like I model, like have my shirt off on pictures and stuff like that. So people look at us and be like, it's no way.
We don't see that at all. Like I just see Dre and Dre just sees Bre. So yeah, that's funny. Okay. Last question. With our faith, what do we think about living together before marriage? Because we've had a lot of people question us this and say, how can you be Christians and you're living together before marriage? So
I'm just gonna be completely honest. I know some people really don't want to hear it, but living together or quote unquote shacking up is not really in the Bible as something like as a sin. And I know that people go to the verse in the New Testament, I think it's Paul that wrote it, that really said, you know, don't even show the appearance of doing sin. In this case, with us living together, that appearance would be that we are sleeping together. But I think we go out of our way to show that we are not. We started this channel. Anytime anybody asks us, like, we're abstaining from sex. So for people to even think like, hey, nah, they're living together, they're doing something, we do everything we can to show, hey, that's not what we're doing. Circumstances and life got us in this situation. It wasn't originally our choice to do so. but this is ultimately where we're at.
Thank you guys so much for watching. We hope that you got to learn a little bit more about us after asking these questions. If you have questions that you want us to answer, please, please, please comment below, DM us, let us know what questions you have. And make sure you follow us at Brianna Ponte, at It's Dre Smith, at Worth the Way, and our business page, newly launched. Go support All About It LLC. Other than that, see you soon.
See ya.